Hello guys. All right, we're live. Hello everybody. It is Thursday, the usual time. Time to talk about Battle Legion, talk about some cool new changes coming up. There is one quite highly requested feature that is coming out next patch. Taking a look at some Powerstones and taking a look at a new puzzle that I have cooked up for you. Immediately, let's see, I don't think that we have too many people on the stream as of yet. But first of all, about the quizzes and the quizzes during the last stream, due to me messing up and not doing the time, not doing the sending of the gems on time. I forgot to do it. Then I assumed that I have done it. So as a result, the gems weren't sent for the last quizzes. The Fight Night gems were sent out just as normal. So how I'm going to fix it is for those for the previous quizzes, I will pay out the correct answers double, and also for the streams, for the quizzes during this stream, I will also pay out double. So each correct answer during the quiz will net you 200 gems instead of 100 gems as usual for the quizzes that we have been doing so far. And evening, everybody joining the stream. Glad you guys can make it. So the first quiz we will get at 100, and I will send all the previous stream and this stream gems at the same time and with the same amount. So don't hesitate, join, and hopefully have fun. But of course, we will again talk in about an hour about what is going to be happening. Talking about what is going to be happening in the next season in about an hour. Meanwhile, let's take a look at a super fun puzzle that I have cooked up for you. These are made with the super crazy Powerstones for that we have created throughout the Powerstones existence. I really like the corrupted ones, and I have made the immortal guard. Someone said ultramarines. Well, these guys can probably outlast even the staunchiest of the ultramarines, because these guys should be actually mortal. Because they are protected also, they have about 80% damage resistance. They are also protected by a quite powerful drummer. So your quest over here is to crack this nut, so to say, and see if you can actually destroy this combination. Obviously, you probably need to get through some of the units to get to the sort of heart and root of the problem. I'm not sure if this is going to be super powerful and completely unbeatable. Maybe we'll have to change it if during the first half an hour there is not a single success. But I do think that a lot of you would appreciate the challenge and try to kill the unkillable. And I do think that it should be possible, because obviously this composition doesn't move. All of the guys in here are immobile. So you do have time and chance to think, can you do something about it? Right. Without further ado, I have already closed the like couple of minutes before the start of the stream. I closed the sign-ups for the Fight Night already. The all of you guys who have signed up are preloaded. So let's go and see if people would manage to beat this. And of course, I could also mention a few words about the question. I don't know, I guess quite a few of you guys were signing up for the fight night, or at least I hope so. And many of you have noticed that there was a there was a question related to army sharing. That is something that has been asked from us for a very long time. We also, as players of the game ourselves, many of us have accounts that we actively play. We have also felt the pain sharing the composition for PvP, and especially with the raids and sort of several people trying to find the perfect build, or maybe even giving somebody else access, or showing your own build to somebody else, so they could maybe critique and change it and then send you the fixed version of what you were trying to do. So we are collecting the feedback. If you didn't have the time, you didn't have the chance, or maybe you have some new thoughts, you can also send the stuff to me, the messages to me. I will, around the beginning of next week, will be wrapping up all of that feedback. All of it, of course, the raw feedback, all your raw answers are also available for the designers, but I also prepare a sort of summary and essentially put together, like, let's say if there are many people wanting a certain feature and it is exactly the same that people want, then obviously that becomes a more interesting and prominent thing as a whole. So I summarized and presented, but of course everything that you guys say can also be viewed by the designer. So anyway, if you have feedback, you can still send it. We will still receive it even after, of course. I mean, the sort of feedback gathering doesn't end even when we start or have the first iterations of the feature. But the earlier you send, the better it is. Team is glitching. They're not moving. No, Shane Cummings. The team is not glitching. I am using a special corrupt Powerstone. It's not available in this season, and it makes the units immobile. So, and also units, the front and the back units have 100%, over 100% damage reduction, and it's basically, like, I suppose, a ranged DPS check. Can you build an army that can get through it? And obviously a lot of you guys are succeeding and cracking the nut, so to say. But of course there is a time, and can you do it or not? And in this case, El Floriano managed to beat it. So yeah, I suppose this is the range DPS check for you guys. There were the gems, but were the gems of last quiz sent? Don't think so. No, Evans, I haven't sent them yet. I explained at the beginning of the stream, but probably I will have to mention a few times during the stream. I have messed up and didn't send the stream gems last time. I will be sending double the rewards for everybody who answered correctly for the last stream, and also for this stream, everybody who answers correctly in the quizzes will get double the gems. So, my mistake, my bad, this is how I fix it. Hopefully you guys can forgive me. But yes, 100 people watching but only 58 likes. Don't forget to like, guys. Exactly, Michael is correct, even though sometimes I forget to send, but when I forget to send, I always make it back. You guys know it. I've never let you down like that. I've always delivered, at least with the delay, but you always got your share. What level of the boss are you fighting at Corey? Yeah, the people were actually, like, I was talking so much at the beginning of the stream, but people were mentioning that the this week's or the current raid bosses have been a little bit tough. Um, but yeah, what's the dark hole thing's name? Asks Steven Zoo. I don't remember actually what's the name, the actual name of the artifact, but I can check it with the check it pretty soon. I think that actually Vlastos is going to die here. I don't think that he will get through. But it's one of the mythic artifacts, Steven. You can check the name of it. I don't want to stop this, even though I mean this is going to go into the draw, but draw does pay out a little bit more gems. But yeah, it's a mythic artifact. But I don't think that actually the mythic artifact currently doesn't really do anything for me in this setup because I don't have enough units to lose. You need to lose a certain amount of units, and then you summon a very powerful, kind of like raid-like monster to fight for you on your side. Cannoneer should not be able to get through Thorn Guards. He is way too powerful. Yeah. What do you mean? Shouldn't be able to get through Thorn Guards? Like, shouldn't be able to push the Thorn Guards back with the projectile? You mean? Don't forget to click like. Exactly. Also, don't forget to tell me, guys, if we have reached the goal, because at least with the current setup that I have, I don't have a very clear visibility, and I might miss when we hit the goal. If actually maybe one of the sages, or maybe Crucible or Sapphire, could let me know once we hit the quiz range, and we will make a quiz and send it out. Yes, it gets very hard, and short of using trick builds, it's impossible for anyone lower than top players. It is true, and it's the discussion on the or comments. A lot of you guys have been commenting and sending questions and suggestions on Discord or here and to support as well about the rewards of the last tiers, the sort of difficulty of progression, or how it becomes harder. And of course, one way of elevating it is creating more content and higher more tiers and room to grow. Of course, new raid bosses and new cool things to do with the raid. And at least we are now. I can talk that much that we are looking into progression, not just unit progression, the speed of unit progression, how fast you're gaining power, but also the raid as well. And we are looking to make it more approachable and more fun, and also like get the right or better balance between the amount of time, effort, resources you spent leveling up your unit, and then seeing that actually progression happen and take place. Because now obviously there is quite a big steep, because there's, let's say, 10 steps in the raid, and 15 levels with the units and so on. So ulther question about the War Thorn. Does the Warhorn apply only on the units present at the beginning of the fight, or to all units of the fight, like summon skeletons? Basically, the way artifacts work, they have conditions, and either they are on or off. So as an example, for example, this is great. I'm amazing at talking. But yeah, when you have giant stove, and you lose certain amount of units and the giant toe triggers, you immediately gain the health, the benefits, all of that. And if you would gain new units, for example, from spawning the wagon, and it was a bug that they didn't trigger before, then you should lose that health. And then when you lose the units, the effect changes, and again you gain again the same benefit. So for example, with the troll's toad, giant's toad, toe. Was it giant's toe that was called? Okay, let's just finish this. So with this you can kind of heal your unit several times, but with the war horn, basically the more units you get, the bigger the buff you get. Or maybe you just regain some of the buff, or maybe you lose the buff but then you summon the units and then you regain buff in a certain amount of time. The Cannoneer's bullet should not push Thornguard's. Cannoneer can deal with close range and long range. He is good beginning game and late game. He is just too powerful. Yeah, Cannoneer is a very good unit for sure. And we are looking at several units, and I mean we have made changes to him before, but yeah, let's see. Oh, yes, Cannoneer is playing. That looked like some curling or something. Like, yeah, like the Cannoneer was playing curling with my dudes. I wish more diverse builds with quality over time, or quantity was better than it is. Now top builds are usually very brainless. I think though that a lot of the builds are still not discovered. I think that sort of unit interactions, artifact interactions, there are a lot of things like with unit scalings and adding the effects, also with some Powerstones in various seasons and ages. I think that there are because I think that the builds do change over time, and they do vary from season to season and era to era. So don't forget to click like. Exactly. Can I see 99 likes? Yeah, almost 100. Exactly. Almost 100 likes, and we are only 20 minutes in. So soon we will have the first quiz. Oh, it's too late to get any rewards. The forum is closed. What forum are you talking about? Well, Roar. The sign up for the fight night is closed, but well, now we're going to start creating the first quiz of this stream. Let me move the window over so I can see a little better as I make the quiz. Stream quiz 1. Let's see. Import questions. Stream quiz 1. And we don't need this. And let's pick a question. Where are my questions? Over here. Yeah, there we go. This question might be actually quite hard. It might be very hard. It sort of requires a little bit of knowledge, or then maybe luck. And the question will be, well, actually, I'm not sure if I should actually say the question out loud on stream because people start trying to confuse people with wrong and right answers and all various in all various order. What could be? There we go. We have four different options. Let me shuffle them around. Shuffle them around. Can't see anywhere. Right. Okay, the quiz is ready. The quiz is ready. I'm going to post it. There we go. This might be a very, very difficult question. I'm not sure how many of you would be able to answer it. I would assume that at least 20%, but to be honest, I'm not sure if more than 20% of you would be able to answer such a difficult question. Why doesn't the stun duration decrease when the crows stun again? AV is asking such a question. Also, I have a question for AV. I suppose that's how you pronounce the name. AV, do you play World of Warcraft, and do you expect the same sort of diminishing PvP diminishing returns of the arena in well, actually WoW has also diminishing returns to some in some of the PvE encounters as well. Confirmation on Primal Warhorn buff is calculated at the start of the battle and will stay for the duration of said battle, not change from increased or decreased unit amounts. Oh, really? So it actually works in a very different way than Giant Toad. Giant's Toe. Is it Giant's Toe? I need to learn those names better. That's interesting. So basically, the bigger the amount of units you have at the start, the bigger the buff. That's quite interesting. That's very interesting. So you could maybe make some super hyper powered eternal champions, for example, or some super strong unit, like just mass amount, and then I don't know, like eternal champions or maybe untamed beast. Like how much I wonder how much plus damage can you get. Also, it would have been really nice to try it with a warhorn with Giant's Toe. If both of the buffs would be in effect, or would you would be able to use it. The Goobo, ulther discovering the game. That's true, but the thing is that the game is very complex. The interactions between units and artifacts and power stones, and now we even have elixirs. and also interactions between your own units even, they are also quite complex. And not all artifacts work the same way. For example, again, the giant stove artifact, it turns on and off based on how many units you have. So when you lose the amount, you just lose the amount of health, and then if you get those extra units, so you can actually for example, with the giant stove, you could heal Untamed Beast or whatever unit several times if at some point you suddenly gain some units, like for example from a delayed wagon. You put a slow onto it and you first damage the Untamed Beast, and then the wagon explodes, and then you gain you lose the well, I mean, in the beginning you have a larger health pool before the wagon explodes. The Untamed Beast takes the damage, the wagon explodes, the damage or the extra health lost has already been lost in a sense for the damage from the enemy. And when you lose hopefully you lose pretty fast those units from the wagon, it again takes you under the threshold, and the Untamed Beast then is able to heal again for the same amount. So I mean, it's there is a lot to discover, and that is why I'm also saying that I am not so certain that that we have seen all of the super powerful builds, all of the super good combinations. I think that there is plenty to find. Cheesy corner build with well, I think that this is actually like a very good sniper build. I think the storing did a great job. Actually, like, I mean, it was a DPS check, and storing obviously passed the DPS check. So. Let's see, how are we doing? Am I correct? Wow, 72% of you guys are well aware of what our previous title was. That is pretty nice. Yeah, I mean, I do know that you can't use two common artifacts. You can't use the war horn with the giant stove. But I mean, giant stove with the wagon does work because it turns on and off. But the war horn is it's on all the time. And I mean, I what I meant was that initially we were planning to allow you to slot any. To slot common artifacts into any slot, but for balance reasons we haven't done so yet, but we might do that in the future though. So Angry Birds is Suomi product too. Absolutely. It was actually one of the first mobile games that I played. I mean, it's an old game, but then again, well, I mean, of course there is the classic Snake on the Nokia phones. And I mean, how many of you guys had a Nokia phone, by the way? Am I the only one that had the first phone was one of those indestructible? Ulther, how large is the active player base? It's pretty good. I can't tell you the exact number, but like, you know, like this large. Are you asking what the previous title is, as in what Traplight was before, or was Traplight, or game previously developed? I'm going to like specify previous title. Wait, previous title. I will. Game we worked on before Battle Legion. I know many of you guys have already answered. There are 179 answers in of the quiz, but I will post the link again, and see if somebody have missed it. And also, on the other hand, oh yeah, I should update the next goal from the likes. Let's do that. That's not first quiz, but second. Double reward. There we go. All caps. Because we're cool. I had 3310, my first phone. David C. Yes, we had the same phone, you and I. Steve Morel from also from the 3310 gang, it seems. I have 6-1, also lives rather long. Yep. I think that the sort of coolest memory of the indestructibility of that phone was I used to work as a sort of rented labor, and I was one of the gigs was cleaning some factory like container kind of stuff. You come in with the truck-sized vacuum cleaner, and but anyway, like it was a factory. I don't even remember what they were doing, some chemical stuff. But basically, the phone fell out of my pocket when I was sitting in the cabin of the truck onto the concrete floor. Pieces everywhere, but then you just go in and then you put it back together and you press the button, it turns on. It worked fine. Ulther, what do you think about the demands for Plague Thrower buff? But Plague Thrower has been buffed already. Is it still bad? Is it still not that good? Now, I mean, they do have a 25% chance of stunning as well as doing damage and spreading the plague. Ares Marinov 3310 was amazing. Yup, that is true. Whoa, from a factory worker to working for a gaming company. Well, I mean, I wasn't really working in the factory. I was studying, and it was a summer job, and like, because it was, you know, like one of those labor for hire. But I mean, for sure, like I've done all sorts of stuff at work, and then it was fun. Buff Arcane Blade. Arcane Blade. I've actually ran into some pretty nasty Arcade Blade setups not too long ago, but the stun is friendly fire too. Oh, is that so? That it stuns own units as well? I mean, I haven't actually used plague throwers that much, to be honest myself. In my main sort of setup for the account that is not specifically for streaming, that doesn't have like extra stuff that I have just added so that the stream is fun. I've been mostly using nature armies because of my double untamed beast stuff. Can you advertise your game more? Your game gets very little attention. What do you mean? Like, and where would you want to, like, so that you would see it more in other apps, like some other games? I'm a Plague Thrower user, and I don't really understand why they ask for a buff either, but that may be me. Yeah, like, I mean, it's I think that definitely Plague Throwers are more powerful in own era. I think that Empower Plague is very powerful when you have sort of your army built around it, and also the artifact does help quite a bit. Ulther, did you bring the win rate data of every unit that I asked you the last stream? Actually, I should be able to take a look at that from the analytics dashboard, but I'll take a look at it a little bit later. Maybe after the 7 o'clock. I mean, so in about 20 minutes, we're going to go and look at the new patch, the nerfs, buffs, a new small but actually very requested feature. I think that quite a few of you guys have been asking about it, and actually quite recently. And usually you had to contact support to handle that. Actually, I'm going to, like, this is not really a quiz, but I wonder if anybody in the chat can guess what am I talking about. It's not a very huge feature, but it's definitely quality of life, and definitely something that has been asked, and people have also, like, that's the one hint that I will give you. People have it's quite common reason why people contact support. Swift Spear, with the correct. Yes. I will talk about it a bit more at 7 o'clock, but that wasn't very hard, I suppose. Plague Throwers are worst unit in the game. Oof, that's kind of rough. Actually, I'm really wondering how well is the game doing. How many players play daily, how many new players join, how many are free to play, and how many buy something. Would you create some iconographic about that? I mean, usually that kind of information is also not publicly shared. I can tell you that we're doing well. The game is growing. We are quite happy with how it is progressing. But with, for example, marketing, and I mean, there was also a question about or wish that we should push and market the game more. But it's also about how do we feel about the game situation. It's good now, but we can see that we can still improve a little bit on the main features that we see. Like, for example, raids are a big thing. Also, just in general, the rank progression and like how to say it, like how players go from just joining the game and going all the way to rank 16, and then participating in all the events and making sure that the game and all the features in it are as fun as possible for you guys, and then also for people like yourself. I mean, obviously we can't make the game that will be super good for everybody. But call, no, you can't get the number, but we're doing well, and we will be hopefully doing even better once we roll out the changes. And I wish I could tell you more about what our wonderful art department has been working on. I've been actually testing it last Friday, and this Friday there will be another test of it, and it's looking better and better. And if before it was mainly like technical tests, you were trying out how it feels, but now it's more of a, like, you actually see how it looks. So it's good. Haha, that would be nice if it was a bug that would get fixed. What was the bug, Steve Morel? I think I'm. Oh, right. Seems the friendly fire stun worked better than on enemy. Haha. Yeah, I didn't actually know that it stuns own units as well, and I'm not sure if it's a bug or not. It might be because I mean, the plague from the projectile is supposed to spread to the enemy units, but I mean to the friendly units. But I wasn't sure about the stun, and also uh, only the plague is supposed to spread, but not the actual initial damage. I mean, you're not supposed to get damaged by the projectile of the plague thrower. So maybe actually it's possible. I'm not saying it is a bug. I'm not sure if it's a bug or a feature, but it's something that I definitely will ask. Even should be elixirs make raid a bit more fun, but we should be allowed to get more of those for free. Yeah, I think that's the plan actually, Evan. I mean, the first time we've just added the elixirs, then we started adding and spreading them out, and now we're also looking at how you get them, and also more of it that you should maybe be getting, or maybe you would be actually getting the specific elixirs instead of random ones. We're looking at all sorts of ideas in that regard, but do expect in general quite big reworks around the elixir systems or system in the near future. Also with the prices of elixirs, all of that kind of stuff. I'm not saying that it's going to change and it's going to be completely different. It's going to, but we are looking at different options, and we are trying to find find way for them to be fun, useful, and provide meaningful choice, because also it shouldn't be that you always need that elixir, but it's more of a like I could use this elixir or that elixir. Do I make my units last longer, or keep the fight going longer, which provides more damage or better result in the end. Maybe it is you have some sort of healing mechanic and you get over damage. Uh, it's it's hard to balance, but we definitely want to get there. Imagine if they put the lol wall formation in skirmish. Maybe we should. Do you think? Do you think the fact that so many top builds include an under-leveled cannon that can easily beat higher level units, does this indicate the cannon is too strong? Uh, Maybe the answer. I mean, definitely, it shouldn't be beating every unit at lower level than everything else. But the question is it the mechanic of the cannon? Is it the damage of the cannon, or is it that the cannon doesn't have a natural enemy that or enemies, or enough natural enemies for it not to be too powerful? So it's not like uh, the cannon beats everything. You need to reduce the damage of the cannon. Uh, it's the solution is not, it's not always the most straightforward one. The season pass rework was very welcome, by the way, a step into the right direction. And also, this is just the beginning. The season pass will have bigger changes, and I think that you guys will like those as well. It's just like, congrats to the ones with level 12 cadet. Oof. Maybe I should make a cannon build, like there's nothing but cannons in a row, and Just fire away. Corrupted units are immune to conditions. Please fix that. No, Varian. We don't have a plan to fixing that because that's working as intended. It would be it would make mind control completely useless because basically all you would need to do is run a unit of plague bearers, and basically they would negate, or plague throwers, and they would just negate all of the mind control. Mind control, and I do. There was somebody mentioning or asking for nerfing of the mind control. It's it's of course everybody is entitled to their opinion, but it's very hard to balance the mind control in that sense without making it immune to other conditions, because otherwise, yeah, it would be way too easy to get rid of it. And mind control is difficult to balance anyway, because it's either it's completely useless, or then it's kind of powerful, and finding that middle ground. And I think that we are actually in a quite good middle space with that. In a sense, it's not that every build must have a mind control, mind corruptor, or using the shrooms, but it's definitely a viable strategy, even more so in the beginning of era, in the first second season, when you generally don't have when you don't have the that many power stones, or not even like that many power stones, but basically you generally don't have access to resist condition power stones, which basically kill the mind control. Wait, so that means that Ascension 5 of Clodra nullify mind control. I'm not sure if it's if you have like a immunity, like 100% resist in that sense. When you're mind controlled, you have 100% resistance, or if it's just set that while the mind control is active, you can't accept other conditions, which I think is how it's made. So in that sense, no cauldron can make you you get infected by that. But for example, but actually, I'm not sure. I haven't, for example, tried if you can freeze the dogs if you have the minus frost resistance artifact. So maybe. I think the question about mind control is, can you leave them mind controlled but also allow them to be frozen, burned, etc. Currently, no, because basically we we have only one condition slot in this sense. It would be possible, and uh, it would be possible technically to make it so that you would be able to be afflicted by several conditions at the same time. Uh, but it's problematic in many senses. One, for example, is that you wouldn't be able to easily tell if the unit is frozen or burning or mind controlled or poisoned. Uh, Having sort of small symbols on the phone is also problematic because people have different screens, screen sizes, resolutions, colors, shapes. I know, and I'm sure that everybody knows how knows those people that have their phone screens or tablet screens completely smashed up and cracked up, and if I mean it's hard to see anyway through that. So that's one of the big issues. Just being able to then communicate that unit has those different conditions. Then of course it changes the game very much, and the balance would be super different. For example, uh, frozen and burning units. And I mean, can you even freeze and burn, or should the burning remove the freeze in a sense? So uh, for for those reasons, for sort of clarity of communication, easier to balance, but also without making it super complex. Those are the reasons. For example, there's two things: stunned and effect X. Yeah, but some effects are not conditions. So we have some are conditions and some are effects. So that's the complexity of in that sense. But basically, conditions are specified. Mind controlled is a condition. Plague is a condition. Burning is a condition. Freeze is a condition. Being pushed, for example, it's not a condition, but it's an effect. Being stunned is not a condition, but it's an effect. You could argue that logically it's not, it doesn't make sense, and perhaps you're right. If you're plagued or you're stunned, but again, due to balance reasons, we have them as separate, and they're not the same thing. And for that reason, also, you can be frozen and stunned at the same time. Right. A way that it... Also, are there plans to add more artifacts? Yes. I don't think that anytime soon, but definitely in the future. A way that could be also done is that mind-controlled units have a purple health bar while the other effects stay the same. For sure, but that's one way. But then again, it's not visual enough. If all the effects, like I mean, currently if you have a condition, your unit changes color. You don't see your normal unit, and it's not as it was normally. When you have a condition, your whole unit changes. You become green, you become purple, you become white, you become red. So if your unit changes, you're under the effect of the condition, and that is visually shown. Effects, like for example, you get hit by a cannonball, or untamed beast throws you around. It's an effect, but you're not visually visually your unit stays the same. It's the same color. So yeah. I don't think that changing the name or the health bar would be enough, necessarily enough to communicate it. I mean, on the other hand, of course, like again, that's not even my words, but it's more of a, like what I have been talking with the guys in the development team, because for myself, and I think many of you guys know or have guessed, I have played World of Warcraft, for example, for many years, and definitely many games like that, and many games in general have sort of multiple effects, several stacking effects, maybe several damage over time effects, buffs, debuffs. In our game, though, stackable buffs, debuffs are more like permanent kind of things, or like they're not conditions. You can't stack conditions. Yeah. If you freeze Monster Hunter. He can be mind controlled. Yeah, I mean that's a like there are all sorts of combos that you can do, and actually freezing is a pretty good ability. And let's say that from the next season, from Monday, we shall be able to see some cool builds as a new, well, as a certain Power Stone will make its comeback. And yeah, I'm sure it will be quite fun to use it for you guys as well. We're at 140 likes. People apparently are not super interested in participating in the quiz for the double rewards, but that's all right. In about 2 minutes, we're going to go and take a look at season 3. What's coming? What are the nerfs? What are the buffs? How will the name change feature work? Yeah. Why can Crystal Spire and Soul Pylon be stunned, but they can't benefit from the drummer stun reduction? Yeah, that's... Well, I mean, they can be stunned for balance reasons, and uh, but stun reduction, yeah, I mean, it's a fair question. I will actually bring it to the as a feedback. Not promising changes because it actually might be also for the balance reasons. Imagine having low win percentage like ulther. Yes. Today you guys are just raking the rewards or draws. I mean, a lot of draws or a lot of the matches ended up in draws. What do you think about making construct units immune to stun or mind control? Asked Misha Shigol. I think that's basically some of them have become immune to mind controls. Mind control, it might change, might happen, but basically it's in the hands of the designers. And if the feeling is that that needs to happen for the balance reason, they will become either stunnable or controllable, or then they will cease to be such. Also, quite often units randomly, well, not randomly, but units gain, like for example, it's not that always that the shield bearers had the immunity to stun, or war hounds were immune to frost. Originally, you could freeze war dogs, but now you can't. So it does change. It might change. It's all there. Patch note time. Exactly. So while this is rolling and we're still 142 likes in, I mean, we have 132 people watching, but only 142 likes, and I'm pretty sure that a whole bunch of people who clicked the like already are not even in the stream anymore. So if you guys want to also see a quiz, do click onto the button. But meanwhile, I'm going to go and talk about Age of Eternal Winter Season 3. New premium season rewards. New unique skin for Untamed Beast is part of the premium reward of this season. So I'm happy. Hopefully many of you guys are happy. I know that people want the dinosaur and dinosaur skins, and arcane blades need the skin. Maybe those guys will get an update pretty soon as well. Let's hope so. But let's get into the Power Stones. Damage and strike are getting a tier up, so damage 3 and strike 2. Actually, with the strike 2, you will be able to have very powerful wagon rushes again. I mean, double strike on the wagon does insane amount of damage. You could basically it's kind of like a bomb that also produces units in a sense. Of course, just to the one unit in the front, but if it's I don't know, Thorn Guards or Untamed Beast, it's not actually pretty, it's not bad. And I mean, it does hit quite wide area. Where is the first quiz as elusive? I'll share that again. I'll share the quiz again because obviously I mean, we've only I guess we're only doing one quiz today since you guys are wait, no, that's the fight night. Wrong one. Wait, I will post the quiz and then get back to the patch notes. There we go. There's the quiz, the first quiz. Back to the patch notes. Defensive Powerstones. Protection 3, block 2, so 2 tier ups. Immunity, of course, remains, and we're getting the resist conditions 1 as an additional one. So now again, getting frozen will become harder. Same thing with corruption and so on. Then movement Powerstones, speed 3 and vitalize 2, so we have 2 tier ups in the movement Powerstones. Range Powerstones, aim and reach level up, and we're gonna have aim 3 and reach 2 next season, and ability is getting a tier up as well. Oh, I've also missed. So yeah, I was just talking about the strike 2. Of course, the freeze mythic artifacts is added to the offensive Powerstone. So season 3 will have freeze, and I'm very, very excited to see how it will work on my storm colors, because I've been trying to make them work with my untamed beasts. On to the balance changes, and there is not a whole lot, but I do think that these are quite significant changes, and I think that they would affect some builds quite significantly. Warhounds are getting quite significant buff in my opinion. First of all, their base attack damage is increased from 25 to 35. But also their attack damage per level increase has been increased from 15 to 20%. So they do more base damage and they scale more. So be wary of those Zeos old style armies, because now you have the Warhounds, you have the artifact which can buff them, and you also have the wolves which can increase even further their damage. Of course, the Powerstones and so on as well. Spiders of the spider nest. Now we're not talking about the spider nest itself. We're talking about the spiders that spawn out of the spider nest. So the spider spawned base health has been increased from 30 to 35, and then health per level has been increased from 20 to 50%. That is a huge buff to the spiders. I'm not sure if it's going to be how it will work out and turn out in the end. Is it going to mean more spidery flavored rush armies, or will that mean less of sort of proper corner setups with the spider nest and draining spirits turning spiders into artillery shells like Storing did, solving this challenge. We will see, but spiders of the spider nest will be pretty good. And people are asking if slow. I mean, slow has been added, and it's already in the current setup. I mean, yes, slow is going to be in season 3 as well, but it was already added previously. On to the third balance change, and it's already a unit that has previously received changes, and it's a change to dire wolves. And dire wolves are getting a further nerf. First of all, the unit mass has been decreased from 125 to 95, which means that they can now be damaged by Ancient Tree. Also, the attack cooldown has been increased from 0.75 to 1 second. So, recently we did changes to the direwolves. We did make them hit less often. We did make them more beefier, but they will be hitting now even less often, and you can damage them more. But on the other hand, they were meant to be more of a buff unit, not really like by yourself, just a pack of wolves. The warhounds are supposed to be that, so we're now buffing a little bit the warhounds and nerfing a little bit the dire wolves. Let's see if what's going to happen. Also, I mean, you guys are saying rip the wolves. The wolves still provide very significant damage buff to your nature units. So I think that they will find their niche, but I don't think that they will be a sort of mass swarm unit. Are the spiders a nature unit? Bleedy, yes, they are. They are a nature unit. They are a nature unit, and they benefit from interactions with nature artifacts, obviously. And then last balance change, raid boss Elixir, bug fixes, lifestones are now immune to mind control, and difficulty rating 8-9 replaced untamed beasts with stormcallers. So in the ratings of 8 and 9, now what used to be the untamed beasts, they will be stormcallers now. Then I just spent 30k gold on my wolves. Nice. Well, did you spend them on one unit of the wolves, getting them to the very high level, or did you spend and spread the 30k around, leveling up all of the units? Because to be honest, the buff of the dire wolves is still great, and their survivability is still great. So as a support unit, they're still really nice. But before we go on, we need to still go through other changes, and the first one is profile name can be changed via settings menu. First name change is free. After that, it will cost 400 gems per edit. You wouldn't be able to change it back and forth. We do want some permanency, and you should build your own identity inside of your clan and not change it around and have make it hard for people to tell who are you today and who are you tomorrow. But if you want to change it, you don't have to contact the support. And first name change is free for everybody. With this nerf of wolves, you buff the tree at the same time. Why? Because too many wolves were coming, and being at the roots of the tree, and the tree was very mad about it and wanted to do something about those wolves. Bro, 400 gems. Yeah, but the first one is free, and if you pick a really good name, you don't have to change it afterwards. And after that, well, if you really want it, you can change it. If you don't want it, well, to change it, then you can stick with that name. I mean, it's not like it affects gameplay in any way. Clan raid rating and progression are now displayed more dynamically and clearly in raid menu and clan chat. I don't have pictures, examples of how it will work. You guys will just have to see it. Also, the last change, clan leadership role is now automatically transferred to the next most eligible clan mate when the leader has been absent for 30 consecutive days. So from next Monday, if you haven't logged in 30 days and you had a clan, chances are you will not be at least the leader of the clan, and then it's up to your clan mates to whether they want to keep you in there or not. All right, that was it for today's patch notes. Those changes will be coming on Monday next week, as well as the freeze Powerstone. I see that Chinada is running very similar setup to myself. I also do have a Stormcaller, which what's oh, was it that was really like really weirdly stuck was my poor toad. Also, that is quite a lot of damage that Stormcaller is doing just by standing over there. Well, let's see. Let me read the comments now that I'm done. Other buff units are 2-3 cost. Why am I being penalized for running 1 cost as a swarm? Well, we have different costing buff units. We also have a druid which costs 1, and it's a support unit. So we have, I mean, you could also consider, say, Earth Elemental as a support unit. I would say Plague Throwers, support unit. Frost Mage, support unit. It's the support unit doesn't mean that they don't do damage. Support unit doesn't mean that they're not beefy. Support unit doesn't mean that they're not dangerous. Only the person next to them is not dangerous. No. And before there were even fewer wolves. So right now we're trying the dire wolves like this, and we want to see them more as less of them on the battlefield. Want to try that. And on the other hand, we want to see more dogs, because the dogs haven't really been used very much at all, and they are the primary swarm unit in a sense. They move very fast. They do a lot of damage. Finding though the right amount of the survivability for them and the damage is tricky. So, but, and I mean, of course, we want to have other options except the dogs as a swarm unit. But yeah. will it be possible to trade artifacts? We don't have plans for artifact trading, but in the last stream I have been running the questionnaire, and that is something that a lot of people have been asking, that you would be able to donate. Well, basically you would have the same kind of system, or maybe one of the days would be a special day where you would be able to donate and ask for donations of specific artifacts. Also, but on the other hand, one of the issues with that system would be, would you be able to receive donations of artifacts that you have not killed yourself, or you don't have access as a count, or would it be then limited only to, let's say that you need to be able to kill any or confirm successfully able to kill the very basic raid boss in order to be able to request and receive common artifacts, and the same thing for the rare, because I don't think that many of you guys would be very happy if some people would go and give out mythic artifacts to other people, and you have spent time and effort reaching those raids, figuring out the strategy, and killing them yourself. So it's not that easy. Also, what about yeah, it's a very tricky subject, but I mean, definitely the designers are aware of it, and not saying that just because it's a tricky subject it wouldn't be done, or we wouldn't try to do it, but rather I'm trying to also explain and maybe give an insight on sort of different point of views that we also look at whenever thinking of any feature, or and again, I am not the designer. I don't make the design decisions in the company whether something should be or how any feature would be. I can speculate, but of course I can speculate from my position a little bit better, and maybe and hopefully give you a little bit of understanding. Are you... Let's see. 300 or 400 gems for the name change. Asked Steve Morel. It was 400. Given that name here is the Gobo77 on the wiki is Gobo77 on the Discord. It's Xderp7, and in the game it's Form thrower. Yep. Will it be possible to trade artifacts? I've answered that. Is it possible to have a weekly or monthly tournament for the top 50 or 100 players where the winner gets special rewards and their armies are highlighted for the people to try? Suraj, actually that is something that I want to do, and I should be able to do that at some point. There is a tool which allows to have two separate accounts fight, but it's still in the sort of it's a tool for our QA, more on our development tool, but I am getting it slowly but surely repurposed for use as a tournament tool, and for very small group of you guys which are watching the stream and are competing and interested in competition. I mean, obviously everybody who wants to participate in it once I have the ability would be welcome to, but I think that most of the fierce competition would be from the among top 100. But yeah, I mean, I'm working on it. Hopefully we'll get it out at some point soon or soonish or at some point. But as a feature, we have talked about it. We do want to do more PvP and more competitive kind of stuff in the future. But for now, it was just a draft that we have made previously. We do have a small draft for a tournament system for the inside the game as well. But that's, I mean, design draft, not like actual feature that even myself would be able to test. Second quiz, please. Says Paulis, but we only have 168 likes, 169 likes. If the like count would be 200, we would have the quiz. Paulius, you should take charge and you should tell everybody that they should click the like so I could ask you guys another question. And also, we should be able to then see how many of you guys know what game Traplight worked on before Battle Legion. It's still actually in the store. You can still download it to your phone and try it out and play it. Are you group team thinking about nerfs, the clan raids? Most of us doesn't have a lot of opportunity to win clan raids 6, 7, 8. I mean, we are looking at we're looking at scaling, we're looking at difficulty of raids at various levels. Absolutely. And I mean, we have been doing changes throughout, and definitely will do more of those. New unit suggestion: Beyblade, spinning around the whole map, hitting friendly and enemy units. Ah, I like the spin to win, yeah. So sort of like whirlwind, yeah. I'm actually kind of cool, like some sort of sword master that like, but then again, like that kind of. I mean, we do have arcane blades which just zoom through, and you guys need to remember that the arcane blades do damage when they teleport through the enemy units, as well as when they actually smack something. It will be excellent if we can exchange the Power Stone at the end of each era. We're not using a lot of slow Power Stones. We know. We have talked about it. We have various discussions on this topic as well. I've had various discussions on this topic as well, and I would say that this year we'll definitely be looking at how the Power Stones are working, but not promising if we're gonna have something like combine X artifacts to get a random artifact. Combine X Power Stones to get a random one. But we do understand the frustration. We do understand that when you are looking for specific Power Stones, you end up with a lot of not necessarily even useless in general. I mean, you might be even using some of them like defense or power, but you just don't need as many. And some solution is likely to come at some point. Right, it's better to get rewards every half hour than every 100 likes. Those who watch the entire broadcast do not receive more privileges than who only come to receive a reward. Actually, AV, that's a pretty good point. I think that for the next, I will have certain amount of, for the next stream. I mean, I will set it up so that we'll have a quiz time, like at certain time the quiz will start. Also, I will then close the quiz. I won't go like Sapphire and quiz it close it after 1 minute, but also I kind of want to just do the quiz really fast. Want to get the answer and not have people come in 30 minutes after the quiz and then ask for the quiz again. So maybe I will think about what would be a good interval at which to hold the quizzes, and they will be at regular intervals. And then I do want to have the likes goal the likes goal will remain. So because we do need to get more likes to have more visibility on the stream and promote it further. But maybe I will do a special one. So like if normal quiz would give you 100, maybe the special like one will give you extra. But yeah, I do think that you are right and correct. I won't change it for this stream, but I will do that for the next one. Thank you for the suggestion. Can you make a dungeon raiding event? How would what is dungeon raiding event? How would that work? Also, if you like the suggestion about the regular quizzes instead of purely like-based, press that like button and get us to 200 likes already. Would be nice if it was... oh yeah, Steve Morel. Would be nice if plague throwers were 1 point. I don't think that would happen. We don't want to have 8 plague throwers. I'm pretty sure that plague throwers will never be a one unit without, one energy unit without changing drastically how they work in general. But changes in general to the plague thrower are likely. It's likely that we will do something about them in the future or at some point. If you think you should be able to unlock artifacts, I think you should be able to request artifacts that you unlocked. Yeah. But it's not. I think so as well, but it's not necessarily a obvious choice or thing. Yeah, it's kind of hard. Code giveaway. No, we don't do code giveaways. I think you should be able. No, I've read that. Request unlock artifacts only. 167 likes. Second quiz. Reconsideration. Well, we're at 178. If you like the regular quizzes, hit the like button, and then we'll have the second quiz. I'm hoping that we have. Well, we have 30 minutes left of the stream, so. That's not impossible to get to the 200 points. So, can you do the name change for clans too? Pretty expensive to change the clan name and tag. 700 gems. We don't. On the other hand, we don't really want. Why should the clan name be changeable very fast and often? Why should you be able to change the clan name every day? Of course you can do that by spending more money, but it's not really even about getting more money, because I don't think that the designers or the business team of the company expects or the point of it is to make a lot of money. But the point is that sometimes people have good reasons to want to change the name of their account. Sometimes they have a good reason to change the name of the clan. But generally, we want people to have the same identity, the same name of the clan. So if you have a clan on top of the ranking, it's the same one and not different one every 2 days or every 2 hours. So yeah, I don't think that the price of name change of the clan or profile is a problem. Of course, we will take a look at it, and we want to make it so that it does feel to you, but it's not something that you can't afford and you need to take a loan from the bank to to change the name. Would your team reconsider? Hey ulther, what about the win rates of units now? Let's see if I can like I don't have a iconographic for you to share, but what I can perhaps do, if I open stuff over here, I could maybe take a look at some of the units. Oh, also, just well, I've opened our Slack, and it seems that the way the Warhorn worked, it used to work how I said it, but I just didn't. I missed where the change has happened, and now it works like Crucible has mentioned. But anyway, let me take a look if I can get that dashboard open and take a look at some of those win rates that I have been talking about. Okay. Yep, I have it open now. Let me move it around. So, was there a more specific question, Romulo? Like I do have the units open right now, so. Could you implement a system to trade blue essence stones for skins to exchange to gold, at least 1-to-2 ratio? Oh, so that you would trade essence to gold? No, we don't have plans for that. We are. A lot of you guys will probably like this, but we are working on a new, we're starting to work on a new bundle, new cosmetic bundle. So thus that essence might become quite handy very time soon. Regarding mobility gems, I also don't use them, and there should be a system to get rid of them. Yep. Ulther having 3, 6, or even 12 months cooldown on the name change of the clan would be a help. It's not something that changes often, but it definitely changes. Whisker, I agree. Yeah, like it's paying 10 is a lot for a text change. We might actually change it to something like that. We definitely want to have the ability, or to give the ability to people to change the name, but we also want to make sure that it doesn't happen too often. And I mean, for sure, we could have also done it so that even the name change happens as a cooldown, but the harsh realities of mobile game is that we do need to advertise the game, we do need to pay our own salaries, and taking a little bit of money from the name change is what we're going to do. Vladimir Akinov is asking if there are any Russians around, and what is the battle tag and how to get the prize. The battle tag is your account, and you can find it from here. There's the battle tag. It's the player tag actually over there. But yeah. Hey, ulther, any progress on Elixir request donations? I mean, we are looking at Elixirs as a system. We're not happy with how it's, or well, with how widespread is the use. So we are going to make them easier to get. We are going to improve the Elixir system. Don't have the details on that, but absolutely. Absolutely share the information once I have something. Also, Romulo Sanders, what did you want to ask about the winning ratings of the units? I do have the necessary dashboard open, and you only have 22 minutes to do so, and the chat and the stream as a whole has 22 minutes to get the necessary likes for the next quiz. Give me a second. I do need to. Oh, this is so rude. Absolutely horribly rude. I am very sorry, but that was semi emergency, but everything is fine. Right. It's Nuts is asking when SR11. I would say not too far off. We are looking into the rate progression. We are looking into expanding and going forward with it. More challenges are coming. Sasha Chorny is asking how to submit battletag. Sasha, go to the Discord. There is even a Russian section over there, and on Wednesday you can apply, and then on Thursday you have a chance to fight me live. Can you post a list of players in Fight Night after the live feed so we can search for ourselves once the stream is over, just in case we missed our fight? Asked Shane Cummings. Not right now. I would say that I just don't have the feature to get the list of everybody who won the Fight Night that easy. Basically, I would need to ask our dev team to get me the list currently, because the feature is very rough in a sense. It's not like there's a lot of things that could be added to make it better and easier to use, but we just wanted to get it out as soon as possible and be able to do it automatic and make sure that you guys get at least the gems for the Fight Night always on time and completely fine. So yeah. Как принять участие в викторине? Sasha is asking. Well, you need to answer the question, Sasha. And in 8 likes, we would get the second question. But for now, I will resend the first question, the first quiz question. You can just fill in this form. After 8 likes, I will close this form and I will make the new quiz, and we will have probably around 10 minutes to fill in the quiz because, well, or maybe 5 minutes. It's not looking very good. We're still missing 8 likes, so let's see. Maybe after you beat SR10, your clan goes to SR1, new raid boss with new mechanics. No, we are going to go into SR11. It's just that SR11 is not in the game yet, but it will scale further, absolutely. Ulther, will there ever be some stats for summoned units? Skeletons, Devourer, Mini Earth, Golems, Reviled, and why aren't they available? They aren't available because we need to improve the UI of the game and add more stats to it. I'm sure that at some point it will happen. Again, more in the future. I would say that a lot of those a lot of that information has been available to you in the past in patch notes, so more accidentally, but I do think that we should gather and make the information to you available as a package. Though of course, when we do make it available as a package, then we will also we might need to be updating that, or maybe that information will go out of date. But what I mean, today I was talking about the changes to the spiderlings from the spider nest, and I was talking about how much base health they have. I don't remember it right now, but it is possible. Also, we are at 200 likes. That means I will put out the next stream quiz. That is cool and awesome and amazing. Let's close that one real quick. There we go. Stream quiz 2. Stream quiz 2, and I will, like, don't worry, I won't close it after the stream. You guys will have the time today to still fill this in. I will send the stream gems in the morning. I will put the alarm clock and the notification on the calendar. I will not do the same mistakes as last week, for last week, 2 weeks ago, for which I am very, very sorry. But yeah, you guys will get the double gems for this and the previous quizzes, but I will handle the sending them out the first thing tomorrow morning. Let's get rid of this. It's stuck. Right. So I have the form. I have the form. And let's get the questions ready. There we go. Let's put it though to different. There we go. This looks beautiful. This looks beautiful. The quiz is made, and I will share it. I will share it. The forum is no longer active after I've answered. Yes, Hugo Lopes. I closed the first quiz when I started making the second quiz. So, there we go. There is the second quiz. It's up there. You guys can start answering it. And we have only a few more fights left before the stream ends. The horror is the message is held for review, but not very happy about the raids. That's unfortunate, but understandable. They are quite hard, but also it's quite often it does require work from the clan itself, from the leadership of the clan, to recruit people, to find people, to progress, or to even help out your clan members. to progress further. There we go. Don't get the question from the forum, really. Right, so the question is how many units, how many different... okay. Perhaps it is not a very total. I guess I could make it more clear, more different kind. There we go. Total different kind in the definitely 10 units. Will you add new units? Yes, we will add more units. So it's for the current situation. So right now you can recruit X amount of different units, like and I mean recruiting doesn't mean fielding it. So when you're putting the unit onto the battlefield, you are deploying or fielding the unit or placing the unit, but you're definitely not recruiting. Recruiting means that you pay gold and shards to get the unit into your legion. Ulther, can you show us the total buffs your artifacts have? Yeah, I think I'll do that. Like it's the artifacts are pretty powerful. Artifacts are pretty powerful, but they are not really specifically selected for this. Well, actually, I guess towards the end it does make them even beefier. The last of the Thorn Guards. But yeah, 100% max health and attack potency. Heal for 75% when the effect activates. Chance to stun. Your last unit left alive is fully healed and received 95 buff to movement, speed, max attack, and attack potency. Yep, so they're super crazy but stationary Thorn Guards. So, yeah. Oh, right. There. But this one is kind of silly. I mean, I don't really need either one of these. And well, to be honest, like I mean, I can keep this one because I always had it for the last spins. I mean, we do still have 9 spins. I mean, 9 minutes of spinning to go. Will you add new artifacts? Yes, we will. Isn't making Tinder jokes. What? Yeah, now it's clear. It's 49. Maybe it's 5. There is also 12. Can we see the plague level 5, please? Maybe at the end of the stream I can show you the plague one, level 5. Monster Hunter Shield shouldn't protect against adjacent units. Very irritating, hard to deal with unit to begin with. Yeah, I can feel that, and also quite often the Monster Hunter is or sometimes it's placed so that it's not really moving. So actually, oh, that gives me an idea. Maybe I can make a completely unkillable Stormcaller for the next one. Monster Hunter, immobile Monster Hunter and then Stormcaller inside of the bubble of the Monster Hunter. Let's see if we can, if I'll do something as unfair, stupid, and broken. I mean, I would never do something like that, of course, but we'll see. I don't know if I put my tag correct. I don't know if the last character on my tag is O or 0. There was a way of telling, I don't remember, but there was a way of telling which was O or 0. The one thing that there are, like, if it's a large, like, there are no caps in the battle tag. So if it's a large one, then it's definitely a 0. It's funny, we can see those beefy numbers. Oh yes, you can see the beefy numbers. I've heard that there are no capital letters in battle tags, so go for 0. Yep, exactly, Grebo. I remembered it right, and you have confirmed it. Thank you very much. Big Boom Racing was it, I believe, but missed the deadline by something like a minute. Big Bang Racing was the correct answer. Our previous title that we were working on, and it is still available for download, is Big Bang Racing. You can build your own racing tracks. You can compete on other people's racing tracks, and then you can race with your friends. Ulther, could we get a puppy or kitten draining spirit skin? I want to see a little critter following my monster hunter around. Yeah, that would be actually pretty nice. Why not? Add more slot armies in bounty hunt, please. Yeah, that's... Or army slots, more army slots is something that has been asked quite a lot anyway, but people know how to count. Quite many knew or know how many units are there in the game. How is it that you're keeping the Thorn Guards from moving? Yeah, I have the corrupted slow Powerstone. А это пасхалка или просто так, что Повелитель Бури держит мини-версию столпа? What do you mean if it's Easter thing? That I'm not sure, Sasha, what you mean by the Easter question. Corrupted Stone Hub. Yeah, so Nathan, in the streams, I don't have rules for myself. My only rule is that if I think that some idea is a cool puzzle or a hard puzzle or a funny puzzle, then I add it. So I use Power Stones from all eras. I use broken ones, I use buggy ones, I use funny ones. But of course, like if I am losing all the time or if I'm winning all the time, I do change and make around I try to make it fair, but not in a way that I only use from a certain era or certain period, era or season. I just use any kind of Power Stone. Ulther, please fight me for 10 gems. Not going to be able to do that, unfortunately. Also, I think that you would be able to beat just about anything. King George is up next in this fight night. Maybe you will be next. We have 3 more minutes. Ulther, is there a possibility we can get more clan members slot? We currently have 2 barrack guilds. No, we are currently not looking to increase the clan size. I would say that for clan size to increase, it would mean very big changes to raids. And I'm not sure we're prepared to do that, or we even have an idea of how to make it work. So basically, raids are very heavily balanced around the 20 people, and especially the further raids, they don't really scale. The first four raids are sort of entry-level raids, but the later ones, you do need the 20 people, and we do balance them around 20. Ulther, can we get an event like Skirmish Bounty where you have the smaller battleground, micro skirmish or micro bounty? Actually, that was the usage of smaller fields has been mentioned, and I think that it requires some sort of cool idea, cool game mode idea, cool something new, something different. I'm not sure what or how, but yeah, it's definitely something to consider anyway. Yeah. From Russia with love, says Vasily Baida. Well, lots of love back to the motherland, so to say. I mean, Easter egg in the game. Oh, right. No, I think that it was just, or actually, maybe, maybe. I mean, I didn't even notice myself about the Stormcaller's staff. So what was the old name of Traplight? It wasn't the old name of Traplight. The question was about the name of the previous game that Traplight was working on. So the last game that we have been working on before Battle Legion, and the answer is Big Bang Racing. Traplight has always been Traplight. I've actually even tried to figure out from the founders and the guys who created this company, and it's kind of a mystery. I'm not sure if they are sort of hiding the reasons behind the name Traplight, or was it just, you know, a long session and then somebody with a random generator pulled out two names and stuck them together. But yes, don't forget to send gems. No, Montis, I won't forget to send the gems. I will make a calendar reminder, and as I said, that the first thing tomorrow morning, when I will sit down at this table with a cup of coffee, I will be sending you guys gems, and I will be sending double the amount this time around for this week and last week. Why can't you have more than one effect at the same time on one unit? I think it's unbalanced. Hugo Casting, I did a very long speech about it today, so TLDR on that, and we're already 1 minute past the stream close time, but I will go over that anyway very quickly. But basically, for visibility, it's not very clear if you have many conditions affecting, and we always want to show that the condition is affecting the unit, and we only have those, and condition always changes the color of your unit. So you become red when you are on fire, you become green when you're plagued, you're white when you're frozen, and so on. And also for balance reasons, currently we have no plans to have the ability for unit to have multiple conditions. But anyway, with that last question, and Roland Cuckoo is going to be the last Fight Night participant, we will be closing the stream. Thank you very much for joining. We only had 212 likes and only 2 quizzes. Next time around we will have more quizzes and hopefully more likes as a result. And they're going to be regular with some special ones, but more fun quizzes next week. Thank you for joining. I am ulther. Loved having you guys around, and I will see you all in 2 weeks. And gems will be sent to you tomorrow morning on Friday. Bye.